Hey guys, what's up? Sizer here, and today I decided to do a little bit of in continuation to the update video I did a little bit a while ago and showcase how far my account progressed, what it is that I put up to achieve when I progressed my account, where I am, and what it is that I inspire to get done in the future. So one of the things that you may know about my account that I am an ARC main, meaning that a lot of the account building and a lot of the things that I did were to basically solidify and fortify my ARC as my main character. So what I'm basically now doing is just making sure that the capture is alright. There we go. I'm gonna keep it like this. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna move me around. Let me just move myself around. There you go. Now you can see me and the account at the same time. Amazing. Alright, so of course my arc got to level 265. I wanted to get there before the event ended because I wanted to open Serenium, and if you can push at least one symbol up, meaning that you can get to 260, 265, or 270, 275 and above, you should try and push it because the extra symbol is easier to level up, it's cheaper to level up, and that's why I pushed level 265, and I don't think I'm gonna push to 270 anytime soon. So at the moment, I'm just gonna be sitting pretty on my 265. And of course the hyper burning, I chose to do Paladin actually to get into 260. The choice for Paladin was both for the STR buff that he gives in the Legion board, and for the fact it's a pretty easy and chill class to boss with, not because he's really strong in terms of damage, but because he's really strong in terms of survivability and ignoring the boss mechanics to the best of his ability by surviving, cannot die for one shot, so you can basically dash through Lotus lasers and then heal yourself. He has one of the longest iframes that you can possibly have in the game. And he is insanely good at just doing the absolute bare minimum in order to survive, which saves you a lot of potions. He needs way less funding in order to struggle on the bosses than other classes do. And he's pretty nice, you know, Paladin's a pretty cool, nice change of pace from Arc. And that's about it. And I just needed a really easy boss. Now, the second boss mule that I'm working on seriously is my Buccaneer. My Buccaneer is basically inheriting a lot of the Absolabs that my Arc had. Basically, each and every month they give you platinum scissors that you can get from the cash shop from reward points. So each month I transfer one piece of equipment that is already 17 star, already unique. So this character is getting a lot of power for very cheap. I recommend it. Once your character basically grows out of the Absolabs and go into Arcane, not to just throw away your Arcane, but to open up a boss mule that can take advantage of these Arcane. And for me it was really easy because the Buccaneer actually takes advantage of everything, including the weapon, which is super useful because I don't need to throw away anything, I can just transfer it down. And because the Buccaneer is leveling up, you can do a lot of the bosses, and it's just, you know, money in the making, money in progression in the future. One of the other ones that I worked and kind of ditched along the way was the Dawn Warrior. He's a really nice boss mule, and if you like his playstyle, he's pretty easy and chill boss mule to have. But honestly, I kind of fell off from the wagon of the Dawn Warrior. I might come back, but again, it requires some funding that I don't have. It does have full CRA, but again, it's not really that much of a commodity in the regular server. Because in reg server, you can just create CRA for everything, and it's super easy and barely inconvenient. And if you don't have CRA in your character, is basically because they are like my Demon Avenger or my Beast Tamer, which is the 210s. Now we're going basically 210s are the characters that have a link skill level 3. Of course, if you are planning to get to the end game, these are a must-have. All of these at level 3, and I will explain why each of them needs to be level 3. So the first one is of course, Demon Avenger for the boss damage that he gives in his link skills, which is the
damage that he gives in his Link skill. Sorry, the boss damage is actually from the Demon Slayer. He gives pure damage percentage, and the Demon Slayer gives pure boss damage. So they're both really useful. You should have them both at 210. This one I used Potion because Demon Avenger for me was really annoying. It requires some really weird, funky kind of potential, which is max HP, and basically balancing the max HP in your skills and playstyle, which I found annoying. But again, this is on me. I don't think this class is bad in any way, shape, or form. I just didn't like it, but it's a must-have. So if you want to really do nice damage to the bosses, you gotta have this one. Obviously, Beast Tamer. Now, this is a bittersweet one because Beast Tamer going to be deleted and replaced with Lin. If you haven't seen the news, sorry to be the spoilers, but Lin is gonna be replacing Beast Tamer. Now, what does it mean for the Link skill? I don't know, but at the moment, it's a must-have. But does the Link skill gonna change? I have no idea. Hopefully not, because Beast Tamer is one of the best Link skills that we have in the game currently, that is unique to TMS and GMS. But we shall see. We shall see. We don't know. We don't actually know. So who knows? I will not say any further on the Beast Tamer. Now, Luminous is really good for the ignore defense that you get. It's really good for bossing. Just having this pure skill, especially in the beginning of your account building and bossing, when you have your main character level up a lot, and having this 0 just helps out a lot of the beginning hurdle of getting into the correct IAD, and having 0 out there is really useful. And of course you have, your one of the big three, which is Mercedes, Aran, and Evan, which are of course over here as a big three. Now, Mercedes is the most useful one out of the three that I got to 210 because she gives plus 20% additional XP when the Link skill is equipped, and that just doesn't fall off as hard as the other two, but I will explain it a little bit. But she is number 2 in the most doesn't fall off. Number 1 and the best one is Evan. His Link skill is the best because the power of runes scale up with you as you go along, and the XP scale up as well. And having the Evan at level 3 is the best in the end game sphere and the middle game sphere. And even in the beginning, it's just the best you can have. Just extending the duration of your rune is insane. The amount of XP you're getting is insanely higher. And because the extended time the rune lasts, you basically get less time off from the rune, which allows you for better grinding experience overall. And Aran is good at the beginning, but the higher level you are, the more it falls off. Like right now at level 265, this is an irrelevant thing. The orbs are irrelevant amount of XP, even at 900%. This is why the multiplier is so high, because it's completely useless at level 260 plus. It's negligible. But at lower level, it's really good. This is why a lot of people are gonna open it up in the beginning. And it's good for the account build because the lower characters you have gonna benefit it from a lot. But the higher level you are, the less effective it is, but you're still gonna use it because extra XP is extra XP. We went through Demon Slayer. Now Phantom is good for the overall account, especially in the beginning, especially when your Legion is low, especially when you don't have a lot of character, and especially when you don't have a lot of Archer open up. Just getting this 21% crit clean, no question asked, is insane. It's so good to have this Link skill, especially in the beginning, especially when you're struggling to get your boss mule and other characters that you build along the way to 100%. This is one of the most essential ones to have in order to make sure that you are at 100% clean crit rate, and then you can just put crit damage and get your characters leveling up so much faster. So Angelic Buster, obviously 210, you don't need to explain it too much. The best Link skill that you can have because it gives you extra damage for a little bit of time. Basically, you time it up with your burst, you get so much more damage. Such an insane damage boost. Definitely recommend. These are the Link skill level 3. Now, the entirety of the other characters, I'm gonna explain each one as I go, but these are the characters that I made along the way are more oriented for arc. Basically, an STR based character that Dex is gonna be his secondary stat. Now, obviously, Wind Archer here is because of the Dex, basically. And it's a good future boss mule if you want it to be. He's really cheesy, has a lot of great things he can do. But for me, Dex, Legion block, and the straight block is really good. Lara is here because, we got a burning that you can get, and she gave a bunch of nice rewards, a really nice cash outfit. I open it up. She's, technically speaking, she gives luck, so not good for me, but she's there. Of course, Adele, STR, useful, really great character. You should open it up. It's really fun and easy. Kind of makes you feel overpowered in the lower level, but if you really want to get into this character, obviously it's a lot of investment to get the damage out, but if you're gonna put the investment, oh my god, does Adele can do good damage, and it's a good bosser. Now, Zero, obviously, it's for his Legion effect to give extra XP, which is insane. Just having that on your Legion board is good at all times. Just having extra XP from the Legion, really good, throughout the entirety of the account. It is a bit different from every other character because you start at level 100, which sounds amazing, but everything is tied down to a story. Basically, do the story to a certain point, get out to the Maple Ward, level up as much as you can, and then go back to complete the story to then basically get your Link skill, which reduces incoming damage, which is really good at the beginning, and for characters that are a little bit squishy, let's say like Lara, or other characters just die a lot more frequently and cannot tank damage as well. This provides a really good way of just having this extra little thing that allows you to basically ignore some damage. Now, Kana is good Link skill overall, especially for the beginning of the account. It's a really nice character to go ahead and level up in the beginning, nothing too hard. So you can definitely achieve a lot with her, and I put it at level 200. The Fire Poison is here because it was really easy to level up. He's not technically useful for the account in terms of the Legion effect, but he's really good. Wait a second. I think Kana is useful in the Legion. Let me just go and check the Legion effect. I just forgot for a quick second, so let me do that real quick. I do believe she provides a good buff, so let's just check that one out real quick. In terms of a Legion effect, she should be... she gives boss damage +5, so again, really useful effect for anyone who is willing to put up the effort to get it to 200. Even though, again, the Link skill is good in the beginning, but the Legion effect is good overall. Just having extra boss damage is amazing. So again, he is not useful for the Legion, or his Link skill, of course, is useful because he is a mage, but you need it to level 120, and the mage skill is good, but in terms of Legion, not so useful. Hoyong is there for his Legion, he's good for training. Obviously, he's not for the Legion effect, but for the Link skill. The Link skill is really good because Bravado allows you to do extra damage when the monster has 100% HP. And it gives a little bit of ID as well, but for me the Legion effect wasn't as useful, if I remember correctly. Lara, again, was a Terra Burning. I just did it. Was really fun. This is my ultimate adventure. I opened it up way back, got into 200. Because he's a warrior, STR for the Legion, and the Link skill is useless, but the STR is good. Again, Legion effect, and technically the Link skill is okay. Not amazing, not a lot of us use it in the end game. Legion effect is cracked, obviously the crit damage, so get it, do it for him. Obviously, Night Lord for his Legion effect, which is, I believe, is crit rate or crit damage. One of the two, don't remember, don't quote me on that. A Marksman again for the crit rate, I believe, in the Legion board. I think he's the same crit rate and crit rate. And just really nice character to level up overall. Of course, this was my Jet. Needed to transfer it in. He was level 200 as a Jack, so I just transferred it into Crusader, deleted my low level Crusader, so he is replacing that. Not useful at all as a Legion block, but kind of okay as a Link skill. I do like the Pirate Link skill. Not a lot of people like it, But in the beginning, and just as an overall buff to a new character, it's really useful to have the pirates at least at level 70, if not 120, just to give a little bit of a boost to new character, especially in a new account. But it's, again, not a must. It's just nice, and you can do without. But it's up to you, really. Of course, Hayato for the correct Legion effect. I did not like him as much, but oh well, you know, a good Legion effect, do it. Link skill, okay. Link skill, of course, resistant. Every resistant is a must, level 120. You want to have the 8-second invincibility frame. And I believe the Blaster gives STR, which is useful for me. The Link skill technically go to level 3, but the Link skill itself is not useful unless you are Demon Avenger. The Legion blocked effect is STR, which is good, but the Link skill is useless unless you are, of course, Demon Avenger. Because even Angelic Buster now stray away from HP and getting MP as the revamp gonna go up. The Link skill doesn't change, which is good for the Angelic Buster, but this is useless for a lot of people. Hero, of course, for the Legion effect, STR. Thunderbreaker, same Legion effect for the STR. And of course, Dex for the Bowmaster. Useful, and of course the Pirates. This is a Sickness Knight. Thunderbreaker for the Link skill is kind of okay. Sickness Knight for the beginning, but doesn't last for a long time. Dex, of course, for the Wild Hunter, got into 200. Of course, Kane again for the Legion effect. Mechanic for the Legion effect, but he was annoying. I did not like training Mechanic, because I just don't like the summoning and setting everything up and then like watch the fucking cooldowns go up and pressing the missiles. I just didn't like the playstyle. It's not a bad class by any means. It stayed true to his identity, which is a mechanic, and it's cool. It's a cool class. I just don't feel attached to it. And of course, Pathfinder, this is the last level 200 that I had really important to get, because it affects my Legion and it's good Dex, and just, you know, Pathfinder and having the Bowmaster's Link skill and whatnot is good. All these below here, this is the last one. I have currently 38 characters above level 200. Everything below level 200 are characters that I just don't care enough, weren't important enough, or not affecting my Legion. And at level 120 just to get the Link skills up and ready to go. Battle Mage, I just don't. I have a personal vendetta against, because like the thing is, let me. Because I liked Battle Mage, and now he's changed a lot. In 5th job, he changed his style from I'm gonna copy Aran a little bit, but Mage, to I'm gonna copy Mechanic a little bit, but Mage. It's like, what happened? Why did you become a summoning class all of the sudden? And the auras, and it's like, I don't know. I don't understand what they did to him, and it became Death Side type of thing, and it's like, why is he involved in actual death magic? He's supposed to be battle mage, and it's weird. But that's me. It's a cool class, but weird. It's weird. I don't know why. It's just like, why. And of course, Blaze Wizard is just bad. This is a bad class. I don't like leveling it up. It's annoying to level up. Like, but you can just stand in place and do the. I don't care. So these are the important, basically, classes. I just wanted to nag on these two, really. And that's it. You know, you have your Shadow. I have every class open. Of course, Jet, Rip in Peace used to be a thing that I had, but, you know, transferred into Crusade, deleted the Crusade. So that's along the showcase of the account as all. Let me just show you the equips and everything on the arc. This is my main character, obviously, and I haven't showcased it in a while. In the double miracle time, I did get some gains. So let me show you what happened. And we're gonna do this real quick. Okay. So let me just switch. I'm gonna switch into my damage gear and I'm gonna show you what's going on in terms of the range, in terms of the damage gear and whatnot. So damage gear wise, so you know what, let's start with the drop gear. Drop gear, we have 4 rings, each and every one of them has 20% drop rate. This one has Mesos 20%, but overall again, every single one has item drop 20%. And of course the pendant that I'm working on getting eventually to legendary and have item drop on it. We have now all damage rings. We have of course the Guardian Angel ring that I bought from a friend, scrolled with the premium attack scrolls that we get from the current event, and has 21% STR, which is amazing at unique. We have the Superior Galaxy ring at 16, having 15%, scrolled to 8, which is perfect. There is no more scrolls you can put on it. Of course, the Master Ring SS that I'm planning to replace with the Reinforced Ring that I'm gonna use the 17 star scroll that we're gonna get from this event to get it to basically a 17, and then, you know, white scroll and using the Galaxy scroll and eventually get it to +6 and have it permanently replace this ring as a damage ring, and this ring will just retire. And of course the Kana ring that got to 17 has 12% STR and just sits there pretty, as finally got 3 scrolls of premium attack buff. Of course we have the Superior Pendant, got to +7. There is one recovery I need to do and then get it to +8. Sitting pretty at 15%. We have of course a Dominated Pendant sitting at 9%, 16 stars. I'm doing pretty and missing 1 scroll because I messed up. And if you are going to do a Dominated Pendant, please, for the love of Christ, do not Star Force it until you're done with scrolling. Believe me, you're gonna thank me later. Of course, we have ourselves the Arcane Umbra Knuckle, perfectly scrolled with 15% attack scrolls, having replaced the Magnificent Sword Magnus to have all stat +5 instead of the crit rate that I had on the Absol weapon. And of course we have himself a unique potential line with all percent 4. I ranked it up today to unique, and we're gonna get some more cubes in next week, so I'm gonna hopefully get some attack and leave it at that. If it's rank up, no, it's fine. Of course we have a Superior Galaxy, not perfectly scored, yeah, perfectly scored actually. And sitting with 12% STR, we have ourselves the, of course, CRA with 17, sitting pretty at 12 scrolls and can technically have an armor. The CRA gear is not perfectly scored. Definitely not. Didn't plan it to be perfectly scored. It's just there because I need something at 17 and need something to basically give me stats. So I'm not gonna bore you with these. Of course the Twilight Mark got perfect scores, and of course I basically hammered it and it's now done, giving me 20%, 21 attack, and yeah, measly 6% STR. Of course we have a Papulatus Mark, Superior Earrings that I almost done scrolling, need to get +2 more scrolls working, and sitting at 9%. We have Arcane Shoulder, which I got to 14 star in the last Shining Star Force event and still need to get to 15, which hopefully will happen with the next 30% Star Forcing discount that they're gonna get event. We got our Arcane Umbra Gloves that have critical damage +8, which I'm so happy about. The HP and recovery from items and skills apparently synergize with familiars, which is good. So I'm gonna take that as an absolute win for the moment. Of course the Arcane Cape, which keep hunting me with only needing 1 more scroll to be perfectly scored. And the best gains that I made is getting this little Princess No Path to have a legendary bonus potential today, with the rank up having 15% STR, which is completely not good because you want to have attack percentage. Again, the cubes you're gonna get, hopefully gonna re-roll this and have the attack stat soon. I did buy 1 pack of 11 cubes, didn't do much in terms of changing this one's potential. And finally, I finished the 7-day Monster Parker. That took way too long, and I now have finally a medal that gives ID plus 10. Of course, we can't be still rocking ourselves the Crystal Ventus badge. It's here. That's all I have to say. It's gonna be here for a good while because I'm not gonna get the better pendant anytime soon. And of course, we have the emblem that I just kind of got to epic potential by accident. And he's now having attack plus 3%, and of course, dodging potential having him at 21 damage and plus 12% STR, which is pretty good overall. Of course, as you guys know or don't know, I did finish every single arcane, so all of them at level 20. And in terms of Sacred Force, I got myself Descending to level 7, and with the event got the Arceus Hotel Sacred Force to level 4, so I'm sitting at 110 Sacred Force. In terms of my clean rage, is currently sitting at 12 in damage gear, with of course all the link skills that are linked to bossing, which are these. These are the link skills that I'm currently rocking when I'm doing bossing. And of course, as you can see, the damage plus 10 is pretty good just to have from the Kana. Of course, the Beast Tamer, which we don't know what's going to happen to that link skill. Hopefully it's going to stay. Of course, the Kinesis is a good one. Crit damage, obviously, having the resistance done gives you 8 seconds of invincibility. Of course, having the rogues and the mages synergize together to give you ID. More ID and more damage overall. Of course, Cadena, that gives you more damage and more damage when the abnormal status is applied, which again synergize with the Thief and Mages one, which is a good synergy here. Of course, we have ourselves the Demon Slayer to get boss damage plus 20 and the Demon Avenger to get just damage plus 15. And I found that the Cane is surprisingly good in terms of just damage, and it procs pretty consistently throughout bossing, so extra damage is really good overall. Of course, we have Angelic Buster, and we have ourselves the Luminous to just give me flat boost to ID, which is 20%, which is awesome. Obviously, the stats are a bit inflated because of this, having plus 20%, have plus 20 attack power, have 40% more boss damage than I would normally have, and 35 more ID than I would normally have. But again, these are the overall stats that I'm currently rocking. Got myself, of course, the passive skills plus 1 because I'm an arc, boss damage plus 10, and currently just sitting on this until the event's gonna come back for ability resets, and I'm trying to re-roll this, but it's no rush. It's okay for the moment. I'm no rush to change this. I'm sitting on crit rate 92 because we do have decent sharp eye that's completed to 100. I kind of messed around with the Legion. This is the current build to get me to basically have 90% at all time. Everything else, of course, boss damage, ID, and crit damage, and how little possible just to give everything else. And of course, having bonus XP max, critical rate, attack, and crit damage on every other character they need to train is pretty good. It is pretty good. And that's about it in terms of presenting my account progression overall and what I've been doing thus far. Hope you guys enjoyed the little showcase of my account. Let me just resize the window and move myself around the screen. Kind of mid video adjusting of the screen because jumping from full screen to basically, to Windows mode kind of mess up with the software a little bit. But oh well, you probably don't want to hear that because this video is being way longer than I expected. But this is just basically to catch you up for everything I've been doing and hopefully keep you like, oh, this is what he has, this is his account, this is the decision he made along the way, this is how his Legion looked, the equip looks and whatnot. If you have any question about the account and the characters that I have on it, leave them down below in the description. If you like the video, leave a like. If you dislike, leave a dislike. And if you really liked it, maybe consider subscribing. Hope to see you next time. Bye.